Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm. 'Rude. 2. How many times are you gonna? Hmm. Hey, welcome everyone. I hope everyone's Sunday or whatever the day it might be for you. No? No, I'm good. Alright, there's one more in there. There it is. Okay. Yo, how's it going, everyone? Hey, thanks for the follow. Hope your night's going well. Not bad, not bad. I've had decent day. Oh man, earlier I was doing my Camaro run. I got what I wanted, but it was definitely a headache. Well, yeah, I was going for Pacific Trials, so I did end up getting my 25 mythical relics fragments, but it took a while because it certain RNG aspects just have to go right, and I must have had to restart it like 4 times, but we did finally get it. So unfortunately, I had enough to do an all mythical craft. Still no Stormcaller. No Stormcallers to date. I have five hilts, six, 7 hearts, and in between a few others. Just I can't get a Stormcaller to drop. It's pretty annoying. I don't know. I wish I wish there was like a more a way to actually get what you want. Here, I'll show you the run. As soon as this thing's done, I'll show you. Like I said, it was a like anything, you got to have the right champions for like this week's trials, and it changes every week. Like I don't know. I'm not sure, but hopefully this team wins. I have no idea who's got gear, who doesn't. But I think he's gonna die. Yep, that's all right. Okay. Okay, I think. Oh, I got 2 more keys. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so that means that two more AFK. Now I know this team's actually this one's a little bit more built, so it'll be a lot faster. But like I said, I had it was a good run. Both of them were, like I said, getting everything to line up right. That's the tedious part, but we got it in the end. That's all that matters. I'll show you as soon as this thing's done. Here we go. All right, one more left. Who's that? Oh, Nas. Oh yeah, yeah. He very strong, and there's so many different ways you can build him too, and if you just fully stack HP, like the mythical relic that prevents crit damage, when you're lower than 40% is a really viable option, or if you stack them with some attack, block, revive on this A3. So there's a lot of like I said, you can build them a lot of different ways. I ain't gonna lie, I have them. I don't use them a ton, and I know it sounds absurd. It's just kind of like, where do I fit them in at when I have like pretty much almost all my fights are, most of the time I use the same couple of champions, and it's just he doesn't have a spot on my roster on a team. I'll use him in 3 versus 3, but squeezing him in my on my team, I just don't know who replaces who, and I'll show you in a second. As this thing's running, let me use the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. All right, we're on our way back. Holy smokes, they're still autoing? Come on, just kill it already. That's what I mean. It's like, when anyone says, like, the AI is so stupid. It's like, he couldn't kill him? You couldn't kill him already? Like, what's the holdup? You couldn't have won? I could have went out and made a sandwich. Yeah, it is a good problem to have. There's no denying. It's like, oh man, I got all these awesome champs. I don't have a place on my team. But uh, I mean, obviously, I have a good bit of the mythicals. There's a couple I don't have. Um, don't have Crixia. I don't have Commodus. I don't have the new Barb, but we'll go. Let's see. Obviously, got both of them. Both of them. She's really strong. As long as you go first. Um, Siegfried, unfortunately, he's got a. It's tough to put him in anywhere now, at least in PvP. Of course, she's just rubbish. Um, like I said, yeah, I don't have Arnie, but he's pretty strong. I've seen him used quite a few times and pretty pretty good. Gizmac, again, he's got a kind of an issue too. He doesn't have a good place because of how he's set up. That's champion. I pretty much just use in my hard faction team. I'm not too far away from getting this turd. I haven't heard good things about him. It just he's lackluster. Um, yeah, got both of them. I almost never use this champion. Gallius, occasionally I slip in, but mostly hard faction. Um, every once in a while I'll bring in Grawl. Of course, if I see like an HB burner in, I'll bring in Ashnar. Let's see. Like I said, that I don't have Com. That champion's pretty useless. Caruso. Ugh. I occasionally bring in Carnage. Not too often. Obviously, I have each of them. This champ needs a serious buff. She just doesn't fit in anywhere at the moment. He occasionally gets slotted into a team for like trials. I don't know too much about that one. I almost never see that changing. Like I said, Crixia don't have Ambrose. I couldn't really tell you too often. I don't pick him anymore. Got both the dwarves. Yeah, he even with his buff, he's still rubbish, and he needs another buff. And then, yep, both of them. Toshiro is probably one of my newest ones that it's got. That one quite strong for whenever you're trying to do like PVE stuff. Yeah, each of them, each of the Velven Watchers, and obviously like they don't have one for those guys. Be interesting to see what they decide to do as far as like when they make one for that faction. But I mean, here I'll show you. Like I had my work cut out for me. It wasn't, but yeah, 16 trials on that one, and I think yeah that one was 17. RNG was favorable, but I did more damage on the other one, so go figure. But in the end, it's all good. I got my chance, and unfortunately, it didn't work in my favor. But it's all right. What can you do? Yeah, well, and again, being look, we're in the Sacred Pandas. We're number one. I mean, even I pale in comparisons against you know at half the Chit clan. You know, Drock. You know, whoop. So I mean, Drock and Cryptic, Saeed. You know, Panda. Obviously, three times mine. You know, so I mean, we have a stacked amount of people. So I mean, like I said, currently here, number one spot. So yeah, it certainly a lot of time is you got to be active. And like I said, it's kind of I wouldn't necessarily say there's like you have to apply to be in the clan, and they don't they're not just going to take anyone. Um, and for the most part, I wouldn't necessarily say that like a high power level isn't a guarantee either. They're whenever you apply, they talk to you with you a little bit, look at your profile, game profile, and then go from there. But we've certainly the door's open always for a talented person. So I think I've been in Sacred Pandas for like a little over a year now. It's got to be close. It's got to be close. All right, what do we got left? Yeah, we got one left, and okay. But yeah, I did my arena push earlier, and yeah, we snuck into plat. Yeah, I mean, I apparently like I checked my game profile, and apparently I started playing Raid in 2021. I played for a couple years straight, and then like I took a break, and then I came back and I joined one clan. I was there for a hot minute, and then the clan kind of imploded. Um, and I guess you could kind of say like what it basically boiled down to was like all of a sudden everyone stopped like doing Hydra, stopped doing this. You know, they didn't win anything in Siege, so the clan pretty much just imploded. And then half the clan went over to this one clan, and they reached out to me and asked if I wanted to join, and I did. I was there for several months, and eventually, what the same kind of deal happened as the previous clan was. If they were mostly free to play, and sure, they did really well considering, but they also couldn't get people to do any of the content. Like when it came down to Siege, they, threw shit together. They didn't really know what they were doing. Hydra, you couldn't get people to use their keys. I don't mind losing, but not even taking a swing is different. So they couldn't get people to do their keys. Chimera, they were stuck in, Nightmare, where I'm like, hey, I'm clearing Ultra Nightmare, but I'm the only one. So, I was like, listen, I want to keep going. You guys are currently like here, and I want to be here, and you guys, So I told him I was like, listen, hey, you guys are a cool bunch of people, but it's just you don't want to push you, and I get it if you want to continue to climb that sometimes have to open up your wallet, and they didn't want to do those things, and I don't encourage them to do those things, but they also had a ceiling, and I wanted to keep going. So yeah, but I mean, I even have so I'm a member of the Supreme Club. um, I got, if you look here, you can see here Supreme Club. I did in fact win one of the exclusive coins from the contest, from a contest. So we have our own little notes, and we get a contact agent whenever we want to send a message. We get our own Discord, and like I said, there's monthly and there's weekly contests. So it's kind of like a game within a game, and there doesn't really seem like to be like a real clear way to make it into the Supreme Club, because there's like, I don't know, there's people with like some crazy accounts that aren't in it, and then you'll see other people with like some lighter accounts, and you're like, huh? Like, I don't know, I don't get it. How does So that's the only thing about the Supreme Club that doesn't seem to be like a lot of logic of who gets in, who doesn't. So no. So how long you been playing Raid? Nothing like killing himself to reflect. Again? Swear I killed him 3 times. Oh, good gosh. I didn't know what this team was all about when I queued up. Can I just steal all their shit? Alright, that worked. Works for me. I didn't think it was looking good. When I saw like all those buffs they had, I was like, ew, my gosh. Hmm. Okay. I've been playing on and off since Ronda was the login champ, but I've already been grinding for the last year or so. Ronda, yeah, Ronda occasionally sneaks in. So I take it you have a ninja. It's a ninja, right? Or which one came out first? Wait, ninja came out then Ronda. So do you have a ninja? Because I know he's popped up a few times. Yep. Yeah, that one's Hey, where is he? Oh, I'm gonna kill this thing. Go. Come on. Um who do I want to put there in there? I'll put Carnage in. See if he'll do something magical for me. Nice. Yeah, he Ninja's super strong. Alright, someone's gonna die. You a basketball fan? I know I have the well, you probably won't be able to hear it, but I have the game on in the background. The Cavaliers and Toronto. I don't want to jinx it. I'm from Cleveland, so I still root for them. And but they got a little lead. I mean, anything could happen though, so I don't want to. Like I said, I don't want to jinx it. Hey, come on. Ah, couldn't do anything. Can we one shot him? No, we can't. We were close. Well, there we go. Rude. That champion's really fun. This guy, however you say his name, he's a ton of fun. Technically, I have a Stormcaller, only because of his buff. That's alright. How dare you kill my Sifi? Yeah, I figured as much. Figured I'd try it for the biscuit. Stop! 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 And I still better get my turn. I was about to say. Man, you punk. Well, that's alright. But I follow soccer and NFL. Soccer never got into. I'm definitely a football fan. Obviously the draft was just a little bit ago. Again, I'm from Cleveland. I don't know. Cleveland to me didn't look like they really did anything exciting, unfortunately. They don't know what they're doing with the quarterback situation. I don't know. They're a mess. Oh no 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 no. Oh no, that doesn't work. I tried that before. You have to be faster than them. Mm, we'll throw in the chicken. Where's he at? Yeah, I think that worked. Okay. Maybe I can steal something. Okay, chill, chill. Oh my gosh. I can't get past him because of the stupid no. Hey, would you stop? Alright, now we can recover. Well, I wanted to recover. Whew. Oh, that was a mistake. Why did I not? Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Joke's on you. Please steal their bus. All right, maybe. Now we're starting to whittle them down. All right, now it's time to die. Woo! Mm. What? Wow, he's got okay. I mean, smart. Talk about having all the different layers. Yeah, like between like Sanders and Watson, the only thing I gotta say is I hope for the love of God that if Watson wants to play this year, sure, let him. But you will know under any circumstances renew his contract. Get him the hell out of Cleveland. Man, that had to be one of the worst deals ever. I mean, ever. It was such a that was such the worst contract I what they got out of him and what they received and his play is a damn shame what they got out of him. I mean, it was absolutely ridiculous. I don't even think he's played 16 games out of the how many years he's been there. Gosh, he's just so rubbish. Like I said, they didn't get anything out of him. Um, and in all fairness, another reason why like it was a terrible deal. Like, hey, if you pick up, he didn't play the 1 year because he was holding out for more money. That's a sign you shouldn't pick him up then. But I mean, I get Cleveland is so desperate. Like, they want to get their winning quarterback, but it's just like, dude, you just yeah. I got a very specific team against the Turtles. They got a I they have a this team that I slapped together has got a super high win rate against the Turtles. As soon as I find them. Yeah. That's my Turtle Smasher. And yep. Let's see. I will need Rotos. Yeah, I don't know. Cleveland, for a team that gets so many draft picks, they just can't put it together, man. Damn it! I was hoping by not boosting. Well, maybe Rotos won't make it happen. Yeah, they get so many draft. They get so many first round picks, and they can't put anything together. It's a damn shame. Yeah, block damage is your friend. There we go. Yeah, just imagine if he had a team behind him. Just imagine how much more deep if he had more defensive around him. I mean, he is the one man wrecking crew. Like I said, it's a darn shame that. Hey, I know he often is a popular discussion of a trade. Man, I could only imagine. I hope they don't trade him ever, or if they do, you you actually get don't trade draft picks. You get yourself an actual real franchise quarterback. If you're going to trade him, then you get yourself a guaranteed quarterback. That's the only thing I would say. If they ever decide to trade him, go after the franchise quarterback. Let me think for a second. Yeah, I think that one's okay. So in our teams, I will bring him back. But I would just say if they ever decide to trade him, you get yourself. You don't go after draft picks. You get yourself an actual quarterback that's proven, tried and true, and actually done something for a team. Fuck. Hey, 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 hey. Yeah, there's still a chance of winning this one. Yeah, I mean, like I said, if they were to trade him, they better trade only for a developed quarterback that's actually the real deal, and not like a quarterback they might. Don't get draft picks. Don't go after a team in a draft or a player in the draft. You 100% get an actual proven quarterback. And most teams, they're not trading their proven quarterback. So that's why, it ain't hardly ever probably going to happen. I hate that yellow haired fucker. Yeah, because it's passive, like his counters is just so ridiculous. Yay, major victory. All right, do it again. Okay. Should be under control. Should is the key words. Mm, I knew it. Ah, it's okay. Oof. Yeah, she's a really he's a really stupid character. He's so busted in so many aspects of the game. Whoa! He must have a deaf dealer because I otherwise there'd be no way. Well, that's okay. Who do I want to die? Oh no. Well, I'm tempted at him. I will change the form in hopes for counters. Everyone's protected, so he should get wrecked. There we go. Now we're cooking. Okay, there's my five. Perfect. Now we're past that nonsense. Yeah, I don't know. Cleveland's got some brawls, man. Like I say, I would have never traded for that turd in the first place. That guy was trouble in Texas. And then, of course, when all the rape allegations came out, my God, why would you pick him up? Like, how dense are you? I would have never picked up that guy. That was such a ridiculous thought. I have no idea why you would think it's a good idea to pick up a guy with those kind of allegations against him. Hell no. Nope. That's not what I meant to do. Yeah, I would have never picked him up. That was that was such that was so dumb. That it like I said, that was probably one of the worst deals ever in history. I don't even know if there will ever be a trade that will pale, be in comparison to um, that trade. That was by far the worst trade ever. I mean, yeah, I understand. Someone's going to be like, well, you have to do risky trades like that in order to improve yourself. But at the same point, in Cleveland's case, they did it like they've done it like 10 years in a row of a risky trade that hasn't worked. Can you stop doing risky trades? Because clearly it's not working. Clearly. Clearly it's not working. Stop doing risky trades. It is not working. Stop doing risky deals. You know? Of course, I don't know. Pittsburgh's got some problems too. So, for them, it's like, do you continue with Aaron Rodgers? I'm going to say no. You got to build for the future. So, get yourself a fresh quarterback. That's what they need to do. Who's he banning? Yeah, yeah. Like I said, it's just one of those deals, man. It's just they get so many draft picks, and they've got to accomplish really anything good with them. Interesting choice. I mean, on one hand, I get why he banned Bear, but you're also thinking that I'm not going to go first then, because I'm going to lock you out and shut you down. Yeah, he's 10 times screwed. But I would love, and I don't even, I don't, I, as much as you can blame it like a head coach, I think, I think upper management that keeps drafting losers and replace everyone from start to bottom almost on that roster. That they're almost as in all fairness, none of the people on that roster is safe other than like Miles Garrett, in my opinion. The rest, including the coach. Now I think we just got a new coach yet again. Yeah, because the previous guy, he where did he go? Atlanta? I think he went to Atlanta this year. Oh, 100%. I 100%. 100%. That guy needs to be on the rope. Like I said, that guy needs to take accountability. 100%. This guy, I tell you, he can hit like a truck. Once he gets going, and like I said that he's one shot, and this is the hard. Like I took a piece of gear off of him, or I stole his relic, one of the two. He can still hit for 600K. He does crazy amounts of damage. And he can get so many extra turns once he really gets cooking. Say, come on, man, I'm pumping you up. Where's the damage now? There it is. That's her. He died at the end. He took one for the team. That's all that matters. Orcs. Okay. Let's see. Let me get Rotus back his gear. Right. Yeah, that's right. Mm, yeah, I think. Let me just make sure. Woo! Good thing I checked. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Cleveland one day in the distant future will put it together. I ain't counting on it. Say, he already raised once. Don't do it again. Oh my gosh, come on. I'll fix you. There we go. There we go. All right. Say, my gosh, would you knock it off? Okay. All right. I have to use the bathroom. Oh, okay, okay. Whew. All right. Phew. Much better. Much better. Yeah, I mean, I could offer you some 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 thoughts and some inputs. Um, I can attempt to. We would have to get a look at, your roster and you know who do you have and what's your current, what when you say better, what do you want to be better at? Okay, still trying to learn the account. Okay. Um, do you know do you know the champions? I'm trying to, I like wouldn't mind knowing like who do you think is some of your um better champions on the account. Do you have any mythicals? Because I mean, not having them is okay. It's not a minimum requirement. Um, what is your Discord, and I'll take a look. All right, all right. I'll take a look in a second. Okay, but it is the second one. Okay, yeah. Give me a second. The count stacked. Okay. I mean, obviously that's good. What kind of content are you currently doing? All of it. Okay. Uh, like were you in like arena? Okay. Okay. So you got a hold of yourself a really good account at just getting all the ropes. Okay. Having a full haul. Nice. Oh my gosh, you asshole. Yeah, just bear with me and I'll get you added so we can talk more about it. The live arena needs work, but nothing hard. What is your current like? Uh, are you in gold 4, gold? Where are you as far as that's concerned? You killed my healer? Oh, you dirty rat. Silver 4? Okay. Better knock it off. Woo! Yuck. That was rough. Yeah, I mean, I will give them credit. Like, as long as you just do it, you'll slowly progress. Even if you have a pitiful win rate. Not a dish towards anyone. It's just that's how the system is currently set up. Where as long as you do it, it I haven't gotten into the hard factions yet either. Oh, okay. So yeah, I'm gonna tell you, getting Lydia is definitely a huge quality of life. Getting that done. Um. Oh, you have. Oh, well, okay. So you have Lydia. All right. So you have normal then done. Oh, I got you. Yeah, I mean, hard factions kind of tedious trying to get all those trials, but I did get mine. Obviously, I got the useless champion that they gave. Um, yeah, yeah, that turd. Let me see. Yeah, now she unfortunately she doesn't really fit too well in the game. I used her one place, and I got okayish results out of the person. Um, I used her one time, and I had decent results. I got her to do what I wanted to, and I was quite surprised. Um, I was surprised that I actually got some use out of her. Where did I used her? Let's see. Am I still holding on to my lead? Yes. Good. I know I did. I think I used. Yeah. Let me see. Yeah. Yeah. I got a little bit of use out of her. She did okayish damage. Wasn't crazy, but it wasn't terrible for my expectations of her. But let me take a look. Ambrose, okay, that's good. Are you working on his event at all, which is the Titan event? Because his soul, his various souls are in there. You can get up to a 5 star if you complete the whole thing. I already have his 5 stars, so I'm going to do what I do. I'll probably get to here or maybe here, but that's you got Arbiter, you got a Rotos. Hey, Rotos can make it happen, and Sifi, 2 Rotoses at least. You got Predator. I feel like I got a sneeze coming on. Nope. Or okay. Oof. Like I felt it was coming, but yeah, I looked at your account a little bit, for the pictures. It, I hate that one thing that it is that stinks is that you need blessings. Um, are you familiar with the altar of souls? Yeah, so you definitely have a wide range of champs. I'm just trying to look to see. I mean, Ambrose is, obviously one of your better picks, and Lazaria. I'm trying to see. You do got Sifi, you got Rotos. Those two, can be very, very popular, very strong. You got Tormin. Do you have the? And maybe you have, maybe you know. Do you have this champion, Helvi? Okay. So that's a darn shame. She's really strong. That was a past fusion. Um, did you have Predator? I don't think I saw that. I didn't think I seen him. He's a lizard. So if you have him, that's a really good start. Predator is still extremely difficult. Can be still difficult to deal with. Yeah, let's see. I couldn't find him, but you obviously know your account better than I do. Maybe so. Maybe you have him and I didn't see him. But yeah, if you do, that's a really good place to start. All right, what do we got cooking? Hey, when does the season start? A day. Okay. Maybe I'll do a match or two. Yeah, let me know if you have a predator. Like I said, that'd be a really good place to start. And I said, I think. Did I see Did I see a Duchess? Is there a Duchess in there? Maybe not. Maybe you don't have a Duchess. I see you got Armands. Do you have Fabian? Yeah, I'm not sure if you do. Yeah, I'm not sure if you do. Um, Fabian is undead. Was a past fusion. Uh, right there. Oh, you do have two Duchess. I got two Duchess. One is +2. Nice. Um, what gear do you currently have on that Duchess? Because, like in your case, um, you'd be looking for a nice stone skin set, preferably 6-piece. Yeah, because Duchess can go, is very solid. Little power crept to where things were, but her passive, reducing AOE damage, decreases the damage taken by all allies from AOE attacks by 25%. And so, I mean, that's darn strong. That right there is a really, really good, you know. Oop, hold on a second. What the hell am I doing? There we go. Reaction is good. I would have to almost say, like, what kind of stone skin options do you have that you could equip on Duchess? Protection, it she's got no, essentially, Duchess without a stone skin has no protection against herself. So that's most of the time people are running Duchess in a stone skin. And then that way, she'll put up the A2. Her teammates are going to be under Veil and they'll be under block debuffs. she won't be under the veil, and she's vulnerable at that point. But if you run her in a two-piece stone skin, I mean a six-piece stone skin, she'll have protection under the stone skin for 2 turns, which would greatly help you. I got you. So I mean, you got a long ways to go. But yeah, what you're going to do. Okay, so let's go over here and look at like the tabs, right? Um, if you scroll down, and you'll find stone skin. So let's see. Let's take a look. To give you an idea, I can't say I use my Dutches in mine. I have 2 of them at +4. They just